Be careful of the cure. That's all I'm telling you here. I just worry with this, Jack.
I agree with that.
Jack, look at what's happened. Look what's happened, Jack. We rescued AIG or whatever we called it. The same with Bear Stearns, Freddie and Fannie. The market has a near-term pop when that happens. Oh, it's great, right? We've problem behind us. You know what we're going to do? If we do this $700 billion thing, same thing. Market's going to be late. Oh, thank God we got this behind us. And then, boom, it's going to happen again. They're going to be waiting for their next dash for cash. Why does the government need to do that? Why not let the markets, however hellish it might be, and however hellish it might be tomorrow, Jack, if the House rejects this, let her rip.
Wow, let her rip. Like the hissy fit you called it on Monday?
Well, what do you call it today? Is it a hissy fit over the economy? I'm saying when you count. No, Jack. I'm saying when you count.
Serious. Wait a minute.
Oh, wait.
Neil,
I'm saying when you count out to the markets, Jack. Is that a mistake?
This is a market.
That was the raging debate back then, and with the late, great Jack Kemp. What a wonderful human being. The same goes for Jack Welch, arguably one of the greatest CEOs of all time. So many times it picked their brains throughout that crisis. And the issue, for me at least, was be careful what you wish for. This laissez-faire community was now beholden to the federal government for the biggest bailout in history anywhere. And that's in the back of our minds. It's too big to fail issue. I don't know if that's gone away. David Asman covered the same thing. And, David, I always wonder, you know, we can rest assured now the markets came back, everything went okay, but it was largely provided by a Federal Reserve that kept interest rates at 0% and an overly accommodative government that might have done the trick but set up the next trick. That was my fear then. Oddly, it's my fear now.
Well, I think it's certainly a justifiable fear, and to the extent that the government which means the taxpayers. The government isn't just a thing where manna comes from heaven. The government is taxpayers, voters. We're the people who bailed out the financial industry. We're the people who provided the guarantees that the financial industry never should have had for some of the lousy housing loans that they were making. Remember, that was really at the core of this thing. The banks were taking advantage of loans that were meant for common people, not for the high-flying bet makers on Wall Street. And that's how things got complicated. Whenever you have the taxpayer trying to bail out the elite investors, a small group of elite investors, I think you have trouble. The good news now is that the economic boom that we're in the midst of is not based on government intervention. It's based on government getting out of the economy to a great degree in terms of deregulation, in terms of lower tax rates. Yes, we're spending far more than we should, and the deficit is far bigger than it should be. But the extent to which the economy is taking off is a direct reflection of the government getting out, not getting in.
Do you think it could happen again? I know history doesn't repeat itself, but as you and I have gone back and forth, it does rhyme. And I'm wondering if the Bank of America or another big U.S. institution were on the brink, wouldn't we do the same thing? Wouldn't we try to rescue it?
I think so. I mean, frankly, let's face it, whenever we're in a crisis, we look for the big guy, the big government, to come in and bail us out. And we still have industries that have a lot of contacts. They have a lot of lobbyists that they spend millions of dollars on, knocking on the doors of senators' offices and congressional offices. And very often, you know, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And these guys got a lot of grease back during the crisis 10 years ago.
I just wonder, in that environment where you had a Wall Street that was rescued and the picking and choosing we did. In retrospect, you know, David, people, I know you've explored this on your show, this sort of meltdown week we call in retrospect, that should Lehman Brothers have been rescued, it paved the way for other rescues, forced marriages, the one between Bank of America and Merrill Lynch, and on and on. What do you make of that? Who were the chosen, who were not?
Well, remember, it wasn't just Lehman. Of course, there were a lot of other financial industries that went down. Yeah. Bear Stearns, among them. In fact, Larry Kudlow, the big economic advisor of the president, was the chief economist for Bear Stearns, so he knows very well what this is all about. I don't know. Lehman was an institution that went back before the Civil War, so for an institution like that to go under was monumental.
But they made these decisions on the fly, and I'm not here to judge them. I remember, and you know, you and I interviewed all the principals at the time, including President Bush, and the argument was we had to do something. I mean, credit was frozen. Jack Welch, our mutual friend, had said you couldn't get credit to save your life. Yes. So they had to do something. I'm just wondering if we've set expectations in by the same culprits or potential culprits to that crisis
that they can think at the back of their mind they'll bail us out again if we
well,
ever get in
remember
trouble.
the bottom of the market was in March of 2009,
Right.
about 3 months after the crisis began in September, and from there on we went up, but we didn't go up as much as we should have. The recovery that President Obama is now bragging about in retrospect was a lousy recovery, and one of the reasons it was a lousy recovery again was because I think there was too much government intervention. We never had the chance to grow beyond 3% during the entire era of President Obama. Not 1 year did we grow above 3%. That's a lousy. Usually when recovering from a recession, as you well know, Neil, we grow at great guns in the beginning of that recovery to kind of make up for what we've lost. So I really think that we could have done better with less government intrusion because it didn't help that recovery.
Well, we'll never know. I argue that both presidents can take a bow, and every time I say that, I hear from, well, both presidents' people. But thank you, David. Always
Absolutely.
the best, my friend.
My pleasure.
The guy's an encyclopedia on this stuff. It's scary
You
how
too.
smart he is.